How's it going, card fighters? I'm Gleaming Garmore, and today,
We're copying MBT. Don't tell him.
so obviously, I'm pretty miffed about the whole Vanguard Deer Days pricing situation. But instead of talking about that, why don't we talk about something fun, something cool? I asked you guys to share with me your silliest pet cards, the funniest things you've tried to make work in a deck. Now, obviously, you guys know my favorite unit, Garmore. Did you know he has Royal Paladin cards? Did you guys know that there are Royal Paladin Garmore cards? I tried to make one of them, Beast Knight Garmore, work in exactly Sanct Guard. Sanctuary Guard Dragon involved a lot of grade ones. Beast Knight Garmore could call Snowgall from the deck, which is a grade 1 that gets powered up for every other Snowgall on your board. So if you just make a back row of Snowgalls, then you have 9k boosters. And it wasn't actually that good of an idea to play this card at all. There were so many other grade 2s that could search things and were 9k base. But you know, I had to try. We've got one from Nacha. She mentioned how last year she tried to make Soul Saver work in a deck, but then slowly realized that it was literally just the worst card in a deck full of Jewel Knight cards. Yeah, this definitely looks like the worst card in the deck, actually. Bad Yu Tips replies with, this account. Yeah, that'll do. I may or may not still have X lead in my DP deck. Aiden is calling out just the entire archetype. Just gutting Colio on the whole. Oh shit! There's a deck list here. We have a whole deck list for Youthberg Youthberg Genesis. Excuse me? If I understand correctly, the purpose of this deck is to go Skyfall Arms into a Revolve form into Marduk. You guys come up with some crazy shit. I love this community. One of these days, Bushi will print more Narukami Noble support, and I will be ready. I'm sorry, but they are not going to do that. God Hand in Premium. Use Torgo, Gain, and Klepts with Bustard, so that when I hit a front, I get more drive checks to try and hit more fronts. My god, did I try to build around this girl here. When GBT04 came out and we got our enabler, then GBT07 with the cost reducer, I was thriving. Unfortunately, Stride's not copying the text made this very unsatisfying. What is this? What is this? Regalia of Wisdom and Courage, Brynhilder, is an ultimate break and only slightly lower cost than a Mega Blast. If you have an Angelica in Soul, so this is an Angelica cross ride for some reason, and you almost Mega Blast to retire 3 opponents' rear guards and then draw 3. Okay. I mean, was this ever playable? I don't think you played this ever. Angelica had a cross ride? I feel like I would have known if Angelica had a cross ride till before now, right? Minerva is an Angelica cross ride? Wait! Wait! She is? Whoops! In early G, we made a Gurgit Liberator hybrid deck when the only Liberator Shrine was Holy Flame. Holy Flame is pretty bad. Why would we ever do this? I am currently trying to make Protect 2 work in Angel Feather in Premium. Stop. This guy right here, no win condition whatsoever. Easy to play around by playing exactly 4 rear guards. Glad the B Premium version is somewhat better, so you can basically meme it in Premium. What does Dragonic Lawkeeper even do? You counterblast 1 to bind all of your opponent's rear guards, and at the end of the turn, your opponent chooses up to 4 cards that were bound and calls them to separate rear, puts the rest into the drop zone. When this card attacks, if the number of your opponent's rear guards is 2 or less, plus 3. This is just a 13k attacker, and that's all he does. This is literally just 13k no intercepts, and that's all this card does. I still have him to this day in my Liberators premium deck. It used to be Garmor from the old TD, but this guy as the last stand in my every V deck, and I will never remove him. We are playing Solitary Liberator Gancelot. We are playing a Break Ride. Not just any Break Ride, but the Gold Paladin Break Ride that asks for you to have a board. Okay. I mean, look, his art is sick as hell, so I understand. I thought this was the coolest starter back in the day. Thought I was one of the most clever people in the shop, too. What a nerd. I mean, to be fair, this card did see play in exactly Vanguard 0, because it was another Starvader that you could discard for Chaos Breaker's effect after they nerfed Chaos Breaker to be discard 2 Starvaders instead of just 1. But, that said, no, you should not be playing Selenium. This guy was in my Spikes deck from set 2 all the way until the V reboot. Back in my early days in high school playing Vanguard, my first Kagero deck was a Seal Dragon deck, with this guy as the main boss, because it was the only Seal Dragon grade 3 I could get. I am still playing Detonix Drill Dragon in V. You can combo like hell in the battle phase with him, with Phoenix and Jaggy Shot and Shatura and Spark Raid and Desert Gunner Gaibon. Gaibon's actually a pretty cool card. Gaibon's cool. Gaibon is when after your Vanguard attacks, you can choose a unit, and when that unit attacks, your opponent cannot use auto abilities when they guard. Time Leap at Home Copium! Oh my gosh! We were playing Rex cards. When this unit attacks, you may retire a Rex to draw a card and get +3. When this unit is placed on Van or Rear, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose one of your other Rexes and it gets +2. Shadow Blaze Dragon! Retire 2 and CB1 to retire 2. That's it, that's the whole card. Well, what I've learned today is that we all have some terrible card choices. And I love all of us. I love all of us. Nobody's actually good at this game, because we are all out here doing things like this. Anyway, I've been Gleaming Garmor. I'll see you guys some other time. Don't tell MBT we stole from him. We might do it again.